Welcome back, deep divers. You know, when that mountain of articles on, of all things, garlic landed on my desk, I gotta admit, I was a bit surprised. Were you folks prepping for some epic vampire slaying, or just really into flavor? Either way, get ready to dig in because we're diving deep into the world of garlic today.
It's funny you mentioned vampires. Turns out a lot of cultures throughout history thought garlic had, like, mystical powers. We're talking way back. Ancient Egypt, they didn't just eat it 'cause garlic was buried with
Well,
pharaohs.
buried with pharaohs. That's a pretty serious commitment to garlic. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, it's all tied to their beliefs about the afterlife, right? They thought you needed certain stuff, provisions, powerful items to make that journey. So tombs were packed with valuables. And yep, that included garlic.
So it was like ancient Egyptian afterlife insurance. Wow, that's wild. Clearly, garlic's had something special going on for a long time. But it wasn't just the Egyptians, was it?
Oh, no, not at all. The Greeks and Romans, they were big garlic fans too. Greeks used it in cooking and medicine, all sorts of things. But the Romans, they thought garlic, get this, enhanced strength and stamina. They even gave it to their gladiators.
Gladiators on garlic. Can you imagine that breath? Seriously, though, was there any truth to that whole strength thing?
Well, we might not recommend a garlic-heavy diet for athletes today, but back then, one of garlic's big benefits was it was effective against parasites, which were a huge problem. So in a way, yeah, it did give them a real edge.
Garlic, the original performance enhancer. This is incredible. Starting to get why garlic's been so captivating to, like, every culture for centuries.
And its journey didn't end there. From the Mediterranean, it spread east, became a staple in Ayurveda in India, traditional Chinese medicine.
Right, I've heard about garlic being a warming food in Ayurveda.
Yeah.
So different cultures, different uses, but always this underlying belief in its power. And the really fascinating thing is, even today, we're still figuring out just how powerful garlic really is.
And that brings us to another, I think, really cool aspect of garlic, the culinary side. I mean, we all know garlic is delicious, right?
Yeah.
But have you ever thought about why? Like the science behind the flavor.
You know what? I haven't. I've been so caught up in all the history and folklore, I haven't really considered, like, the why of it all.
Well, the key is this compound called allicin. When you crush or chop garlic, you release allicin, and that's what gives it that pungent aroma. And as you might guess, it's also a big part of those health benefits we keep talking about.
So Allison, that's the magic ingredient. I've always noticed that garlic can taste totally different depending on how you cook it, though. Does Allison play a role in that, too?
Big time. How you cook garlic completely changes the flavor. If you cook it slowly over low heat, it mellows out, becomes almost sweet, even a little nutty.
Oh, like roasted garlic. I love that stuff. It's crazy how much the flavor transforms.
Exactly. But if you want that like sharp, intense garlicky flavor, you got to add it towards the end. A quick saute or even just tossing it in raw right at the end will give you that punch.
So there you have it, folks. A little cooking tip. Low and slow for mellow garlic, quick sear for that big garlic flavor.
You got it. And beyond cooking methods, there's also the farm of garlic you use, right? Fresh, roasted, powder, granules, they all have their own distinct flavor profiles.
Yeah, I use garlic powder almost every day.
Yeah,
But you just can't beat that smell of fresh garlic sizzling in a pan. It's like instant kitchen ambience.
absolutely.
Speaking of delicious garlic, one of the articles you sent in had this recipe for 40 clove garlic chicken.
40 cloves. That's a lot of garlic, even for me.
It sounds like a lot, but it's actually a classic French dish. It's a whole chicken roasted with, 40 cloves of garlic. You end up with super tender chicken infused with this subtle garlic aroma.
Okay, you've convinced me I'm going to have to try that one. Garlic chicken, ancient Egyptians. I mean, it's clear garlic has a long and very tasty story. But beyond the history and the culinary stuff, there's another side to garlic we got to talk about, its impact on health. And that's where things get really interesting. Garlic is packed with nutrients, vitamins, minerals, you name it. And of course, there are those powerful sulfur compounds we were talking about, like allicin.
So it's not just delicious, it's good for you too.
Exactly. Let's start with something a lot of people struggle with, cardiovascular health. Studies have shown that garlic can have a really positive impact on cholesterol levels and blood pressure.
Seriously. So eating garlic can actually help protect my heart.
That's what the research suggests. And it's allicin again that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It helps relax blood vessels, which improves blood flow and can lower blood pressure. It can also help lower LDL cholesterol, that's the bad cholesterol, while potentially increasing HDL, the good kind.
Wow, Allison is like a multitasking heart hero.
Pretty much. And that's not all. Garlic is also known for boosting the immune system. It's antimicrobial, antiviral, you name it. It helps your body fight off infections and strengthens your natural defenses.
So garlic's like a natural shield.
Yeah.
We've talked about how it's been used in traditional medicine for centuries. But is there actual science to back up these claims?
The really cool thing is, a lot of those traditional uses are being validated by modern research. There are studies now looking at garlic's role in cancer prevention, diabetes management, even its antioxidant potential.
So it's a bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science. That's amazing.
It is. And there's another area where garlic really shines, and this might surprise you, gut health.
Gut health. I wouldn't have, automatically connected garlic with digestion.
Turns out garlic is a prebiotic, meaning it helps the good bacteria in your gut flourish.
Okay, I've heard the term prebiotic, but I don't really get what it means.
Think of it this way. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria, some good, some bad. Prebiotics, like garlic, act as food for the good bacteria, helping them grow and outnumber the bad guys.
So garlic's like fertilizer for your gut.
Exactly. And a healthy gut is super important for everything, from digestion to nutrient absorption, even immune function and mental well-being.
Wait, gut health and mental health are linked? Now that is fascinating.
It's a whole area of research, really shows you how interconnected our bodies are. But we'll save that deep dive for another episode. For now, we can appreciate how garlic contributes to our overall well-being in so many ways.
It's mind-blowing how much this one little bulb can do. Speaking of ancient wisdom, I'd love to hear more about how different cultures have used garlic in their traditional medicine practices.
Oh, there's a ton of history there. Lots of different cultures recognized garlic's healing potential, each in their own way. For example, in traditional Chinese medicine, garlic is believed to help balance qi.
Qi, what's that?
Qi is like the core concept in traditional Chinese medicine. It's this vital life force that flows through your body, and keeping it balanced is essential for health. Garlic is thought to help regulate qi, which in turn helps digestion, fighting infection, detoxifying the body, all sorts of things.
So garlic is a key regulator. That's really interesting. What about Ayurveda? We talked about it being a warming food. How else is garlic used in that tradition?
Ayurvedic practitioners use garlic for a wide range of things, treating respiratory problems, digestive issues, joint pain, skin infections. It's thought to be especially good for people with a kapha body type.
A kapha body type.
So Ayurveda categorizes people into different body types based on their dominant energies. Kapha types tend to have slower metabolisms, prone to congestion and, sluggishness. Garlic is believed to help balance those qualities by warming the body and stimulating digestion.
So according to Ayurveda, garlic is like a natural decongestant and metabolism booster.
You could say that. And it's not just Eastern traditions that have recognized garlic's power. Native American and indigenous cultures all around the world have incorporated garlic into their medical practices.
What's amazing is that all these cultures, totally separate, yet they all discovered the power of garlic.
It really is. It shows how humans have always observed nature, figured things out over time. And what's even cooler is that now science is catching up, actually proving a lot of these traditional beliefs about garlic's healing power.
So stuff people just kind of knew about garlic for centuries is now being backed up by research.
Exactly. We've already talked about the studies on heart health, the immune system, even the potential for cancer prevention. But it goes beyond that. There's research on garlic's role in managing diabetes, its antioxidant effects.
It's incredible. All this from one little bulb. But okay, before we all run out and start eating garlic by the handful, is there anything we should be cautious about? Can you have too much of a good thing?
That's a smart question. Like most things, moderation is key. Garlic's generally safe in normal amounts, but there are some potential side effects to keep in mind.
Well, I can tell you firsthand, garlic breath is definitely real.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a common one, especially with raw garlic. For some people, raw garlic can also cause digestive issues like bloating or heartburn. And like any food, some people are allergic, could get rashes or breathing problems.
So basically, listen to your body, see how garlic affects you.
Absolutely, and it's super important to talk to your doctor before taking garlic supplements, especially if you're on medication. Especially blood thinners, because garlic can thin the blood too.
Good point. Safety first.
Yeah.
Okay, enough with the serious stuff. I'm ready for some fun garlic facts.
Well, I was hoping you'd say that. Did you know that the whole vampire repelling thing with garlic actually goes back centuries?
Wait, seriously. So all those movies with the garlic necklaces weren't totally made up?
Aha, well, the vampires themselves might be fictional, but the belief that garlic can ward off evil spirits, negative energy, that's very real and it's ancient.
So garlic's like a protector, both in the kitchen and the spirit world.
You could say that. Here's another one. In ancient Greece and Rome, garlic was considered an aphrodisiac.
No way, garlic, the love potion of choice.
That's right. They thought it boosted energy and vitality, so I guess it could set the mood.
That's hilarious. Who knew garlic had such a romantic side?
And if you're ever looking for an unusual travel experience, you gotta check out a garlic festival. There's one in California, the Gilroy Garlic Festival. It's pretty
I mean,
famous.
whole festival dedicated to garlic. I bet it smells amazing. I'm adding that to my list.
It's definitely an experience.
Well, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today. Ancient tombs, modern medicine, cooking tips, vampire lore, even a little romance. Garlic truly is an amazing little bulb with a long and apparently very pungent history.
It's been quite a journey, and we've only just scratched the surface. With all the amazing things garlic does for gut health, which we know affects so much of our well-being, who knows what else we'll discover about it in the future?
It's exciting to think about. So to all you deep divers out there, we encourage you to keep exploring the world of garlic. Experiment in the kitchen, do your own research, maybe even try growing some yourself. There's a whole universe of garlic knowledge out there just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating and often surprising world of garlic.